Welcome to Deep Quotes. In this video, we dive into the ruthless wisdom of Niccolo Machiavelli, lessons on power, survival, and the cold realities of human nature. Sharpen your mind and prepare to see the world as it truly is. Men are driven by two principal impulses, either by love or by fear. It is not titles that honor men, but men that honor titles. A prince never lacks legitimate reasons to break his promise. The first method for estimating the intelligence of a ruler is to look at the men he has around him. Never attempt to win by force what can be won by deception. Everyone sees what you appear to be. Few experience what you truly are. There is nothing more difficult to plan, more doubtful of success, nor more dangerous to manage than a new system. The wise man does at once what the fool does finally. Since love and fear can hardly exist together, it is safer to be feared than loved. A prince must imitate the fox and the lion, for the lion cannot protect himself from traps, and the fox cannot defend himself against wolves. Whosoever desires constant success must change his conduct with the times. Men sooner forget the death of their father than the loss of their patrimony. Where the willingness is great, the difficulties cannot be great. It is better to act and repent than not to act and regret. The more sand has escaped from the hourglass of our life, the clearer we should see through it. All courses of action are risky, so prudence is not in avoiding danger, but in calculating risk and acting decisively. Men in general judge more from appearances than from reality. A prince ought to have no other aim or dart, thought, nor take up any other thing for his study, but war and its organization and discipline. He who wishes to be obeyed must know how to command. There is no avoiding war. It can only be postponed to the advantage of your enemy. A battle that you win cancels every negative action committed in your career. The ends justifies the means. Men are ungrateful, fickle, false, cowardly, covetous. Men are less hesitant to offend one who makes himself loved than one who makes himself feared. The vulgar crowd always is taken by appearances. He who builds on the people builds on the mud. The truth is that men are wicked and never keep their promises. Necessity is what impels men to take action. It is better to be impetuous than cautious, because fortune is a woman. Nature creates few men brave. Training and discipline make many. It is double pleasure to deceive the deceiver. The promise given was a necessity of the past. The word broken is a necessity of the present. Fortune favors the bold. He who neglects what is done for what should be done will learn to bring ruin rather than preservation. The injury that is to be done to a man should be of such a kind that one does not stand in fear of revenge. Make no small plans, for they have no power to move men's souls. A wise prince ought to follow the path of great men. Politics have no relation to morals. Men are content as long as they do not suffer. Whoever conquers a free town and does not destroy it commits a great error. Hatred is gained as much by good works as by evil. Wars begin when you will, but they do not end when you please. The truth brings hatred. Everyone who wants to foresee the future must consult the past. He who is highly esteemed is not easily conspired against. It is a common failing of man to not prepare for storms in peaceful times. No enterprise is more likely to succeed than one concealed from the enemy until it is ripe for execution. Men take revenge for slight injuries. For grave ones, they cannot. People are by nature fickle, greedy, and self-interested. Good laws follow from good arms. Princes become great when they overcome difficulties. A prince must avoid being hated at all costs. Benefits should be granted little by little so that they may be better enjoyed. Injuries should be inflicted all at once. Time drives all things to destruction. Loyalty bought with money, not with greatness of spirit, may be earned but cannot be maintained. Good advice depends on the wisdom of the ruler who seeks it. Opportunities multiply as they are seized. No stable government exists without fear. Men are more ready to repay an injury than a benefit. He who relies on the faith of others is lost. He who allows himself to be governed by fortune will be ruined when fortune changes. A prince must always appear virtuous, though he need not actually be so. He who controls others may be powerful, but he who has mastered himself is mightier still. Men will always deceive you unless they are kept honest by constraint.